Crowell will be deep to return, and I would be awfully surprised if he gets the football in his hands. Wilson Central has a very good kicker in Esteban Hurtado, Hurtado, and I bet you he's just going to try to kick it in the end zone. Now, if he doesn't, Anthony will have a shot at a return. A week ago, it was 88 and out the gate. We're underway. They're going with the sky kick toward the boundary, and it goes out of bounds.
Taking it to 35.
That's not bad. 35-yard line for the Blue Devils as Wilson Central showing some respect for Anthony Crowell in the kick game. Freeman, Hart, Gardner, James, Donald, and Tisdale for Lebanon in the backfield will be Heath, Abston, Duke, and Brinkley. Abston in the gun. He will put Heath at his left hip. Two receivers right. Inside handoff goes to Anthony Crowell. Anthony will fight forward for about 3 or 4 yards. They went with a double handoff look, handed it to Sean Heath, who then gave it back to Crowell against the grain on the double handoff.
Came to the inside. The defensive end did a good job of stepping across and setting the corner. Made Anthony cut it upfield.
Is it out? Okay.
Abston completes it to Anthony Crowell.
Here we go.
Gotta go up and get it.
Abston with a running back to his left hip. He drops back, fires this one to Crowell. Crowell finds some space, gets the first down, and a little bit more. Lebanon on 3rd and 10 picks up 15 on the screen pass to Anthony Crowell. Yeah, that's one you cannot give up. I mean, a 3rd and 10, especially in this situation, you've got a chance to get the offense off the field early, and to not take advantage of that, that's a huge momentum killer. And now one running back to the backside of Abston. Fires this one, Crowell again, breaks a tackle, finds some space, and he will get close to the, about a couple yards short of the first down marker. I think they'll mark him about a yard short at the 22. 23, it looks like. Another good play there. They're moving it well so far. It's like a well-oiled machine. And a run play there up the middle. That's really close to the first down marker as number 25, Sean Heath, on the carry. They won't move the chain, so that'll set up 3rd down and very short for Lebanon. And another quick apology. We've had a lot of technical difficulties. I've been told we're working on getting the graphics set up on the screen right now. We'll see what we can do again.
The whole press box.
Again, we apologize, but we'll see what we can do. Not sure what happened there on that play, and they'll throw a flag. Abston picks up the first down, but a flag on the play. That one, that delay or illegal shift, I would think that was on Lebanon. That was a play that, so that one will back them up, and they'll have to redo 3rd. Yeah, not everybody was set on that one. I mean, you had a couple offensive linemen who weren't even, didn't even have their hands on the ground yet, and the ball snapped. Abston completely wasn't ready, just ended up with the ball in his hands, and he took off. Well, that's just kind of the effect that the other team's student section can have. You've got the band blaring, the fans just screaming. What ends up happening is center, you somehow think somebody said hut. And now Crowell in the backfield to Abston's left hip. Abston drops back, fires it to him. Crowell finds some space and picks up the first down. That is something you have to wrap up, is Anthony Crowell is a very shifty man in space, and they're going to do everything they can to get it to him. Crowell had a big week last week as he touched the ball 5 times, scored on 4 of them, as he had the opening kickoff, took it all the way to the house, 88 yards, also had a pick 6 and 2 receiving touchdowns. Abston hands this one off to Heath. Heath has space up the middle, gets tackled after a gain of about 5.
And that third down they just converted, that's another example of one that you really can't give up.
Looks like
giving up, 3 third down conversions on this drive?
Just some of the big plays, you've got to stop them. As Lebanon driving down the field quickly. 2nd down and 6.
There's a point where, as a defense, you got to get off the field, especially when you've been given 3 chances to do it and haven't done it yet.
Crowell in motion. Abston drops back and flag, so they'll get him for a false start on that one. And that'll back up Lebanon back to the original line of scrimmage.
Abston did not look happy on that one, and can't blame him for it because
that offensive line gave him plenty of room to run.
They gave him plenty of room. That would have been a touchdown, but Wildcats, sometimes you'll take what luck you can get.
That'll back him up 1 yard further than the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 11, ball on the 14. Abston shotgun, hands this one off, keeps it himself actually, has plenty of room on the right side, breaks a tackle into the end zone. Lebanon, touchdown.
Yeah, great play there for the Blue Devils. I mean, they had the Wildcats completely fooled on that read option.
That one had me fold up here. I thought Heath had it up the middle. Abston just used his legs and did it himself. Broke off a tackle by Jace Newble and just had nobody else left in front of him. Found the pylon and got in 4-6.
That right side of the field was so wide open, you could have driven a semi through it.
Just a lot of room, and it's one of those open field tackles you have to make.
I think just about everybody in this stadium is following 25, even me.
And that one sneaks its way through the uprights, and Lebanon up 7-0. As we'll take a break, and when we return, some more action between the Wildcats and Blue Devils here on the Wilson Central Sports Network.
Hey friends, Scott Baker would like to thank you for supporting the Wilson Central High School Sports Information Department. Scott, a local realtor with Black Road Realty and auction services all across Middle Tennessee and surrounding areas. Scott has a degree in real estate finance and served as a mortgage broker before diving into his true passion, real estate. Whether you are interested in buying, selling, or just need some insight, give him a call or shoot him an email. In a real estate market this hot, remember to call Scott.
Access Garage Doors is leading the way for garage door and electric opener services and repairs in the Southeast. We believe your hard-earned money deserves more than the standard 1 or 2 year warranty. We are proud to say we are the first and only company in the Southeast to back up our installations with a lifetime warranty. This means if something malfunctions years later due to our installation, the labor to resolve the issue will be covered. Our installers are experienced and well-trained in installing and servicing all types of garage door systems. It's what we do, all day, every day. We are the garage door experts. Contact us today for a free estimate.
Back here at Danny Watkins Stadium, Blue Devils on top of the Wildcats, 7-0. 8 minutes left here in this first quarter of play. My name is Trevor McGee, joined alongside Ethan Markham and Parker Lockney on stats. Sean Redmond back to kick things off and give the Wildcats the ball for the first time. Redmond kicks this one off, line drive. That one, Harden slips, and he'll be down at about the 5-yard line, as Harden should have just let that one go. Cannot get up in high school or college. You're down to where you go down.
And that's a huge mistake there, because it's going to pin Central back deep, like you said, 5-yard line. And I mean, especially with how this offense is, love to, it's ground and pound, love to run the ball, and it's one of those things where you don't eat up chunks of yards at a time. you have to fight and claw for every little bit that you get. And so starting off from the 5-yard line, it could be a much tougher drive.
We'll see, as already a flag on the first play. This one probably going to be a false start. Or rather offside, so that'll give Wilson Central some breathing room and set them up 1st and 5 on the 10.
Got to take what 5 yards you can get. Penalty is a huge part of football. And in the words of General Nealon, whichever team makes the least mistakes is the team that'll win. You got to minimize penalties on either side.
Dometic goes under center, one running back behind him. Kimes in motion. This one handed off up the middle, as it looks like number 4, Tavin Harden on the carry. He'll pick up 2 on the, or rather, maybe a lot more. It looks like they got him at the 15.
I was going to say 4 or 5. Yeah, 4, as he's a yard short.
It was very misleading with my eyes there. Looked like he didn't pick up very much, but got way more than I thought I saw.
Well, I do have the advantage of being last year's stat man, so I got pretty used to having to determine that pretty quickly.
Dometic goes back under center. Harden behind him, as in motion is Newble. This one dropping back, firing 2 times, knocked away. Nolan Sandifer makes up lost space, and that is the first incompletion of the game for the Wildcats.
I think it was a good play call, just didn't really have, I don't think you really had the right receiver in the right spot. Kimes, good player, great player, but I don't think he's got the speed to really get as open.
Kimes had an opportunity last week. He had his defender beat, but kind of just a very hard ball to place, and it was knocked away. It's nice to see early on, seeing the playbook open up from Coach Eric, as 7:18 on the clock. 3rd down and about 1, maybe 2, is already a timeout, and we'll take a quick timeout with them. 7-0 your score, Lebanon on top of the Wildcats. You're watching Wilson Central football on WCSN.
Looking for a pest control company? Then Crest Pest is the company for you. At Crest Pest, experience the professional difference. Our ACE certified entomologist can diagnose your pest concerns and build a custom management plan that fits your needs. Serving the Middle Tennessee area and all of Wilson County. Call them today at 615-601-6503. That's 615-601-6503. Crest Pest, Crest Pest, Crest Pest.
Back here, Clifton Tribble Field at Danny Watkins Stadium, Lebanon High School versus Wilson Central High School. Battle of I-40. Wilson Central trailing 7-0. As a 3rd down opportunity for the Wildcat offense, looking to get a drive started themselves after Lebanon scored on their opening drive. Wildcat in motion, and Dometic will just take it himself, play some bully ball, and pick up the 1st down.
I tell you what, that is one of Coach Eric's favorite offensive play calls. They used it a ton last season with Hayden Schultz, and they're going to use it a lot this year, that QB sneak. You'd think it'd be something that's easy to defend against, but it picks up a pretty good amount of yards almost every time they run it.
Really helps when you have a big guy in the middle like Owen Borba. Pretty close. I think he is the biggest guy on the offensive line, or aside from Aaron Knieven on that tackle. You've got Borba at center, who's 6'3", 280, and he's just a force. As Dometic lines up under center, Kimes in motion. This one handed off to Harden up the middle. He'll pick up about 3 before being brought down. Ball on the 21.
Nice little short run on 1st down. You got to take what you can get. Again, as I mentioned earlier, it's a running offense. Ground and pound is the name of the game. You got to fight and claw for every bit of yards that you can get. And, those kind of plays aren't going to hurt you. So no issue with it.
Dometic will line up under center once more. Kimes in motion. Is this one an option play as Dometic keeps it himself and uses his legs to pick up the 1st? It was a nice looking triple option there. Had Kimes in motion, could have pitched it to him if he needed to, but Dometic saw a lane, took it, and picked up the first.
And I think that was definitely something that was missing from Central's offense last season. Ran wing T and honestly ran it very effectively, but the problem was that you couldn't mix in the triple option as much because we just didn't run it. We didn't have the quarterback read the option a lot. And if you can get that going, it'll just make it that much harder for the defense to tell where the ball is going to go.
And that one, handoff to Newble, his first touch of the night, and it goes for about 3 as he'll get it to the 34.
And Newble going off to the sideline, that's not something we want to see.
Looks like he's shaking off, a little bit of a wrist there.
And we'll hope that he's all right. It was a nice gain of what? 4 yards?
5 yards.
5 yards.
As Dometic got his play call back under center. Harden in the backfield, Marshall in motion. Dometic drops back to pass, fires this one off. Monachino on the catch. Wilson Central, first down.
And that's something you love to see. This has been an offense that, at times, the thing that's been lacking has been we just haven't been thrown in enough to see that we're getting some completions early on in this game. Really good thing to see because it opens up the playbook, not only offensively, but it has to open up defense a little bit more. And we've got a replay here.
As you'll see, Monachino get open there, lined up at tight end, finds the soft spot in the defense, and gets it for the first.
Good throw, great execution. That's exactly how you draw it up.
Dometic under center, Monachino in motion, and Dometic keeps it himself, has some space, gets the first down, runs over a defender, and picks up a few more. Nolan Sandifer got the blunt of the hit from Dometic.
And like I mentioned earlier, that's one thing that Central needed to add to this wing T offense, the ability to run the ball with the quarterback. There are plenty of plays where you've got maybe 1 or 2 guys in motion. You never know if it's going to go to Newble or Marshall or Harden, and now adding in the ability for Dometic to take off with it too. For a lot of defenses, that's just going to be way too much.
Dometic continues to line up under center. It's been working, so no reason to change it. Monachino in motion, and this one handed off to Harden up the gut. He'll drag some defenders, but I think they'll mark him down a little bit early. His knee may have touched before he was able to pick up the push from his offensive line.
It looks like he got about 3 yards, is what it looks like to me.
I think it's 2.
Looks like it's marked at the 36. Or 30, 34, rather. Man, my yard lines are really off tonight.
It's a little weird. Sometimes there's a little bit of room here or there. It's about 2.5 yards is what it is, I think. Nope, it's about 2 yards.
In motion, Monachino. Dometic drops back, fires this one off. Mario Marshall there for the catch. Wilson Central continues to drive via the passing game.
And this is great to see so far. If Central has gotten to where the passing offense feels just as comfortable as the run offense, this offense could be very deadly.
As 2 completions already on this drive, 4 first downs. That is something you love to see. Last week, a little bit struggling to pick up anything in the passing game. Only 5 pass attempts. And now it seems like very early they know what they can do against these Blue Devils. And Dometic lines up one more time under center, hands this one off to Harden. And I think they'll blow it dead. False start. No, offsides. Lebanon makes another mistake there. 2 offsides already on this first drive by the Wildcats.
Free 5 yards.
That'll make it first down and 5. A lot better than a first down and 10.
Well, yeah.
5 yards closer. Dometic gets his play call from Coach Eric on the sideline and makes his way back to the Wildcat huddle.
5 seconds to go. It's going to be a tight one.
If they can get the
Oh,
play clock.
They'll reset it to 40.
Yeah, I think they
forgot to.
Yeah, I don't think they reset the play clock.
So now the play clock will roll and a fresh 40 seconds for Dometic to get set under center and get the play off. Kimes in motion. pitch to him, and Kimes has some space, gets about a yard short of the first down marker, and that'll set up a second down and short.
Still a good run there. Move the ball up. Let's see, where do they mark him? They mark him
Looks like
a
right
lot
at 16.
shorter than we thought.
Oh, yeah, it looks like he's about 2 yards short according to the marker on the far side.
I guess maybe his knee went down a lot sooner than the rest of them. Hand off Kimes, and I think that's the first down.
They'll give it to him by a lot, as they'll mark him at, what is that, 13.
I think so. And in other good news, Newble is back out on the field. He was in motion on that one.
So now a fresh set of downs as the Wildcats continue to roll some clock and pick up first downs. Under a minute remaining in this first quarter of play here at Lebanon High School.
That's another thing you gotta look at. Oh no, it kicked it out. Bro, it kicked it out.
As now
I got it.
we apologize. There is a couple more technical difficulties. We'll get things going back as that will be a timeout on the field. We'll just keep things here as Lebanon takes a timeout there. 7-0 your score. As we'll talk about this first quarter so far. Very quick, only the second drive, and both teams taking the strategy of chewing some clock as both offenses definitely have the ability to do that.
Yeah, I mean, well, with Lebanon's offense, it was actually a pretty quick scoring drive. I mean, well, Mr. Lockney over here, if you could give us a timestamp on when that touchdown was.
If my thing
For
would load, that'd
Lebanon.
be nice. That was 8 minutes left in the quarter, so 4 minutes, a 4-minute drive from kickoff.
Wilson Central so far 7 minutes and 28 seconds going on this drive.
That's the thing about a wing T offense. You can really chew out the clock, and that's one of the big advantages to playing wing T with a lead, is you can chew down the clock and really diminish the amount of time that the opponent has to score. But when playing from behind, it does at times limit your chances to come back.
Kimes in motion. That one handed off to him, and he'll break off some tackles and get close to the first down marker. Looked like Kimes was wrapped up, and he turned it over. So Lebanon takes over off the fumble by Ethan Kimes. That one I did not see coming. Looked like he was wrapped up quickly, broke off a few tackles, and then coughed up the football.
Were you able to see who recovered that?
I was not able to. If we had a replay of it, we would be able to see it, though I don't know if they got that one.
Yeah, I was not able to get a number. I was just surprised that the ball was coughed up there. So now Abston and the Blue Devils will come back out on offense, looking to replicate the same success from their opening drive. Now Crowell to the right side of Abston. Abston drops back, looking to pass. Scrambles out of the pocket, fires it off. That one's short of number 13, Mason Tisdale, and that'll set up second down and 10. 17 seconds remain in this first quarter.
That was an opportunity to get a sack and really push them further back, but missed it out. Costly turnover. They need to stop here, though, because if you give them another touchdown right off the bat, that's huge from a momentum standpoint.
Abston looks to fire this one off. Well defended. Abston trying to find space, just puts that one towards the sideline, and now Wilson Central has a third down and 10. Abston really trying to scramble around, but the Wildcat defense is not giving them any windows.
Well, it was great way to play it, especially if you saw Kimes, I believe it was, on that last play there. Didn't rush right after the quarterback at first, because that's a part of Jalen Abston's game, is if you come after him, he can make you miss and take advantage of it. So forcing him to not be able to run it, but not just pass it, is just huge.
Abston in shotgun formation as he'll hand this one off there on 3rd and 10, and that one looked like Jake Ludovici knocked the running back down, and that'll make it 4th down, as that will be the end of the first quarter.
Could you tell where that ball ended up after that last run right there?
It looks like they
I think
marked
it's
it.
still on the 10, maybe give it the 11-yard line.
With that, we will take a break as Lebanon leads at 7-0 over Wilson Central. And when we return, second quarter action here on the Wilson Central Sports Network.
At Wilson Bank and Trust, supporting our local schools and student athletes has always been part of our community game plan. From personal loans to mortgage loans, our local lending experts are here to support you every step of the way. Let us help your family get your financial game plan together at any of our 28 Wilson Bank and Trust locations in Middle Tennessee or at wilsonbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you shop for a pre-owned vehicle, you'll enjoy the peace of mind that comes with buying at Rocky Williams Premier in Mount Juliet. Our salespeople are non-commissioned, so there's never any pressure, and you'll save thousands. We stock over 200 used trucks, cars, and SUVs, so there's always something for every budget. Serviced, inspected, and ready to go. No haggle, no games, no pressure. At Rocky Williams Premier, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, next to Walmart and Academy Sports in Mount Juliet.
And we return Clifton Triple Field at Danny Watkins Stadium, the site of the Battle of I-40, Wilson Central versus Lebanon. My name is Trevor McGee, as we got Parker Lockney on stats, but we'll get some stats after this opening play of the second quarter. Lebanon will punt things away. Mario Marshall deep to return for the Wildcats. Number 18, Cameron Nixon to punt. The snap to Nixon, that one punted away. Marshall will let it bounce. And that one will get a friendly bounce for the Devils. And it will be downed at the 47. And after you get that entered in, we'll get some stats if we can.
Yep, absolutely. 1 second. Now I wait for this to load. All right.
Just go ahead and take it away with the first quarter stats.
If it'll load.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Wilson Central starting off the game pretty strong with a close matchup with Lebanon. 76 offensive yards compared to Lebanon's 79. 23 passing yards. That's more than all of last game by like 2.5 fold. Now we get the play going. I'm going to hand it back off to Trevor and Ethan.
As the medic hands this one off to Harden. Harden up the gut. He'll pick up about 4 yards on the carry. Gets across midfield and into Devil territory.
Nice little quick run. Again, first down, pick up a couple yards, make second down a little bit easier to call.
It's always nice when you can get to the opposing team side of the field on just one play. Dometic gets his play call and heads back to the huddle. He'll take his place under center as Harden will line up behind him. Newble in motion. This one handed off to Newble. To the right side, no space there. Well defended by the Blue Devils, and they'll mark him for no gain. Fortunately, no loss on the play, but that'll set up third down and medium.
Yeah, Lebanon really played that one well. I mean, there's not really much you can say about it other than the fact that they called the right play. They got to Newble, and they weren't fooled at all.
Dometic returns to the Wildcat huddle with a play, and he'll take his place back under center. Newble in motion. This one, fake toss, handoff to Kimes. Kimes has space. He'll pick up the first and some more after contact. They'll put him down at the 34 and a half. Looks like the 35 as we'll look at the replay on that. A nice fake there to Newble as it handed off to Kimes. Kimes had plenty of room and took some defenders there with him. They'll mark it at the 35.
That's an example of great ball carrier vision there. He found the right spot, hit the hole at the right time, and turns into a big run Central.
under center. Harden behind him. Marshall in motion, and that one too high for Newble. Dometic not able to find his receiver there.
It looked like there might have been a little bit of miscommunication on the offense. I think he was either expecting for Newble to break on the route a lot quicker, or was expecting for a different receiver to be there entirely. Either way, it's an incompletion. They'll bring us a second down.
Dometic will once again return to the huddle, doing it kind of the old-fashioned way, just back to the sideline after every play, getting his conditioning in, very much so. Newble in motion there, as Dometic will just take it himself, push his running back, and pick up a couple yards before being brought back by nearly the entire defense.
That time they played it a lot better than they did on Central's first drive. Central's first drive, Brendan Dometic had some good runs. In fact, actually, if we can, out of curiosity, after he gets the play put in, can you tell us how many yards rushing Dometic has?
Yep. Just a second once this loads. All right. Rushing, Brendan Dometic has 30 rushing yards, and he's actually leading his team by 5. Ethan Kimes with 25, Tavin Harden with 14, Jason Newble with 4.
Yeah, I mean, which is very different because we don't run in a ton with Dometic, so that's a good thing to see.
Dometic drops back to pass, fires it to Marshall. Marshall gets to the first down marker, and that'll put him across. Wilson Central first down.
So far, and we got the replay right here, so you see it. Dometic was in the shotgun on this one.
Marshall continues to find the soft spot in the Lebanon defense, and Dometic just did a fantastic job of firing it off quickly at the top of Marshall's route.
Yeah, I mean, it was a different play call. It was especially a different call for Lebanon to have to defend because it was the first time Central's gone to the shotgun at all tonight, and they're going to actually stay in it here.
And Harden will be to the right hip of Dometic. Dometic hands it off to Harden. Harden will run over 1 and pick up 5 in the process. Down to the 20-yard line is Tavin Harden.
Again, nice little first down run. That's, it's Central's bread and butter. Pick up a good gain on first and make the defense have to guess at what you're going to call on second, because it's a lot easier to call a play from 2nd and 5 than it is from 2nd and 10.
All these 5-yard runs are making my job so easy over here. I just tap a little thing 5 times and move on with my day. Another 5 yards, another 5 yards, another 5 yards. We got a touchdown.
Dometic will line up under center this time. Harden behind, Newble in motion. As a fake handoff to Newble, Dometic will just take it himself. And he will pick up the yardage. Looks like they may give him the first down here. Referee checks the marker, doesn't signal. So they'll mark him barely short. Oh, nope, they will move the chains there. Wilson Central picks up the first down. Brendan Dometic doing it all so far.
Took a bit of a shot off the end of the run, but anything to get that first down.
Kind of take a breather there on the sideline real quick as he gets the play call.
As you see Dedman on the screen, they've called all the right plays so far. We'll see what they dial up here. First down, deep in the red zone.
Ball on the 14, Dometic under center. And Newble in motion, and that will get him for the false start.
And lose 5 yards there. I'm hoping that doesn't kill the rhythm too much, but it's probably going to affect it at least somewhat.
6:43 remaining in this half of play. Wilson Central doing a fine job of chewing clock. We'll see if they can pay this off with some results on the scoreboard. Dometic under center. Newble in motion this time. Fake handoff, and Dometic will fire to the end zone. Too far for Monachino. That one would have been a tough play to make. Monachino is double covered in that far corner.
Like the play call, like the aggressiveness, but just unable to really make it work there. A little overthrown, and there was also going to be the issue of, Monachino, even if the ball was put right on the money, he had safeties on either side that would have chopped right at him. So that's a play that I don't really see how it would have ended up working, but overall I do still like the play call.
Dometic will take his place under center. Harden lined up behind. Newble in motion as they'll fake the handoff, hand it off to Harden, but no room whatsoever there. That will set up a third down and very long. We'll see what the strategy is here. Looks like you should be in Hurtado's leg range, so you don't want to lose too much more in yardage.
Yeah, you need to make sure that you don't lose anything here, but with the way that the offense has been playing, I don't see why you don't try and call a play to dial it up and either get the end zone or at least get the first down.
5:40 and counting left in the second quarter. Dometic will go shotgun here. Tavin Harden to his right hip. Two receivers out wide, Mario Marshall and Jaden Wilson. This one, double handoff. Jace Newble tries to shake a defender. He'll pick up about 5, and that'll set up third down and 10 at the 14. Esteban Hurtado will come out to kick.
For a second I was tricked. You said third, and I was like, wait a minute. No, fourth down. Got to take, points. Take any points you can get, especially after what happened in the last drive. You'd be happy to come away with some here.
Absolutely, as Hurtado has his holder set up at the 21 and a timeout Lebanon, and we'll take a timeout with them. Blue Devils lead the Wildcats 7-0 on the Wilson Central Sports Network.
And She Did is your local headquarters for all your fan gear. Located in Glayville, Tennessee, And She Did has been providing fans with the best team gear for the past 5 years. They offer screen printing, commercial embroidery, and sublimation. From small orders to outfit your family for the big game, to large orders to accommodate the whole team or business. Providing excellent customer service, top-of-the-line products, and reliable delivery of goods is the heart of their business. Find them at andshedidmj.com or on their socials, andshedidmj.
Back here at Lebanon High School, Wilson Central looking to score as Esteban Hurtado out to attempt the field goal. 4:53 on the clock. 7-0 lead for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, we've been at our high school the entire week waiting on this one. It's easy to get those two a little mixed up when you're going off the top of your head.
Hurtado lined up with his holder. Snap, set, kick. Through the uprights, good. As Wilson Central puts 3 on the board, and we'll take another timeout as Wildcats put 3. 7-3 your score here at Danny Watkins Stadium. You're watching Wildcat football on the Wilson Central Sports Network.
We invite you to discover Newble Monument Funeral Home, the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the community. Meet the heritage, vision, and the people behind Newble Monument Funeral Home. Our reputation of quality, sincerity, and trust. We pride ourselves in our distinct military services. We have years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Our goal is to provide our client families with memorable remembrance experiences.
We return to the student section on your screen there. Wildcats showing up to support the football team here. Week 2 of action around the state of Tennessee, which reminds me I should probably check some scores from around the state, at least some notable ones. Wildcats getting ready to kick off after the scoring drive, a very lengthy one. They started with 11:50 on the clock. The only play Lebanon has had in this quarter was a punt that took 10 seconds.
Yeah, Central, like I was saying earlier, think about this offense, they like to milk the clock.
As a touchback there for Hurtado, that'll set up Lebanon deep in their own territory. 4:49 left in this first half. We'll see what Jalen Abston can do with the offense this time. Wildcat defense shut him down on that last drive, didn't allow him any space to scramble.
Yeah, but it also didn't help them that they were, they took over at the 5-yard line, so there's obviously a lot less you can call on offense when you're backed up like that, because you have to be careful about losing anything.
As this one, a lot of space for Crowell as he'll meet Mario Marshall, and that'll put him in Wildcat territory. One play, that one goes for a lot of yards.
Yeah, we've got the replay of it here. As they were expecting to potentially have Abston run with it, but the quick little flip ends up turning into a big run from Anthony Crowell. They'll hurry back up to the line.
Heath will line up to the right hip of Abston. In motion, Crowell. Abston drops back the pass. Deep to Sandifer. Open, but misses him. Little miscommunication in the secondary there between Monachino and Marshall, but luckily Abston put a little too much underneath it. Otherwise, Sandifer was strolling his way to the end zone.
Yeah, just a little overthrown. If he puts that ball in the money at the touchdown Lebanon, and we could be talking about a completely different situation. For Central, got away with the miscommunication there, but got to tighten it up.
Abston hands this one off to Heath. Heath will dance around and pick up about 8. Heath thought he wasn't down, maybe landed on his offensive lineman, but referees will say otherwise and mark him down short. And he picked up way less than I originally said. I'm just very off with where they're marking him. Looks like they'll put it at the 38.
7.
I'm just very off on my
So 37.
Abston will line up in shotgun. Sean Heath to his right hip. 4 wide as Abston hands it all, or keeps it himself. And he'll pick up the first down yardage. And enough more.
And if you're Lebanon, those are the plays you want to be able to get more of. Those quick little plays that really utilize the athleticism of Jalen Abston, because he's a hard player to stop.
He has the pure dual threat ability, uses his legs, uses his arm, and it's just very tough to stop on defense. Very nice formation for Lebanon as they've got Crowell lined up for a screen, and they'll fake it. Deep pass to Sandifer. That one caught in the end zone. Nolan Sandifer catches it over Marshall, and that will put Lebanon on top.
We've got the replay here. As you mentioned, it was a nice little formation. They set up for another screen. Central bit on the fake. It's just a nice over-the-shoulder touchdown pass from Abston to Sandifer.
That was just a beautiful play design. I could tell something was brewing up there by offensive coordinator Dusty Brady. And that it was. Sandifer was able to come down with the ball over Marshall. And now the extra point up and through the uprights to make it 14-3. We'll take another break as Lebanon leads it 14-3 over the Wildcats. You're watching Wildcat football on the Wilson Central Sports Network.
Access Garage Doors is leading the way for garage door and electric opener services and repairs in the Southeast. We believe your hard-earned money deserves more than the standard 1 or 2 year warranty. We are proud to say we're the first and only company in the Southeast to back up our installations with a lifetime warranty. This means if something malfunctions years later due to our installation, the labor to resolve the issue will be covered. Our installers are experienced and well-trained in installing and servicing all types of garage door systems. It's what we do, all day, every day. We are the garage door experts. Contact us today for a free estimate.
14-3 game here at Danny Watkins Stadium as the Wildcats trail by 2 scores. My name is Trevor McGee, joined alongside Ethan Markham and Parker Lockney, as haven't had much chance to get stats around here, and we'll continue to wait. Probably get those during the halftime segment, but Lebanon definitely added some more yards to their total on that drive. Very quick scoring drive is 3:18 on the clock.
I would try to get some stats in for the audience, but Lebanon just moves so fast. I don't have enough time to press the button, get it to load, read, go back. There's just not enough time. So I apologize to the audience, but during halftime, we'll have plenty of time to get you all the stats of the game at that point.
with Wildcat All Access, as we'll show our interview of Coach Dedman that we had on Tuesday after the Rossview game last week on Friday. But this game's moved by pretty quickly. There haven't been as many opportunities to go through the stats as we would like.
As that one, a little pitch kick there. And Ludovisi off his hands, and he'll luckily just knock it out of bounds. That's almost the best thing you can do in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those plays that could have been an absolute disaster, but they're able to turn that into something a little bit easier.
Wilson Central will take over. We'll see where they have that marked. Looks like the 26, and I'm sure I'll get corrected as that's the 27.
27. 27, 26, from a certain point of view.
Wildcat offense goes back out there, trailing by 2 scores.
Well, I only got with a good eyesight to get you the exact yard line.
Don't forget who taught you how to do all this.
Yep, that would be you, Ethan.
As a pitch play to Newbold, trying to find some space, and there'll be a flag thrown on the far side. They may get Brendan Jones on a hold. We'll see if this one gets backed up. Newbold just hasn't been able to find much space, and it won't help, as that one will be on the Wildcats, and it'll move them back.
But to go along with that for Newbold, I could be wrong. We'll have to check it out at halftime, but he hasn't gotten the same amount of touches that you would expect him to have so far early on in this game. It's more so been Harden, Kimes, Dometic, and a little bit of everything else.
Even last week, it was just only 9 touches for Newbold. They've kind of taken a backseat approach to him. He ended up taking over sort of at the end of the season last year and really picked up steam, getting a lot of touches. And now it seems like they're kind of just trying to get everyone involved on offense and then trying to use Jace to have that speed when you're not least expecting it.
Yeah, I mean, he really is fast. In the words of a former broadcaster, what was it he nicknamed him?
Sweet Feet Newbold.
Sweet
Makai
Feet
Burrell
Newbold.
Hall. As in motion to Harden, they'll get the screen pass out to him, and he'll be met immediately by David Aluya.
I thought he was really gonna go down a lot quicker than he did after that hit. He took it pretty well.
Yeah, Harden was still able to stay standing. It looked like Aluya really put a hit on him, but fortunately for Harden, he didn't lose any yardage.
He might have picked up about a yard, maybe 2.
Actually, they started on the 15. They started on the 15, I think, and they actually did lose one. They're back on the 14 now.
Looked like, he did drop back, and it was a swing pass. So I guess, first contact, and so yardage lost, but based off of where he caught the ball, he didn't lose yardage himself. As Dometic rolls out, spins off a tackle, trying to find space, and he'll get brought down, and that'll lose him even more. Well inside the 10, and looks like it's in just outside the 5.
Looks like we got a Wildcat injured on the ground right there.
Dometic. He took a big hit there.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not a replay I'd want to see.
As we'll keep it here temporarily as you'll look at the students. Dometic still laying on the ground, and we'll take an injury timeout as Dometic receives assistance. 14-3 your score, 2:03 on the clock.
Access Garage Doors is leading the way for garage door and electric opener services and repairs in the Southeast. We believe your hard-earned money deserves more than the standard 1 or 2 year warranty. We are proud to say we are the first and only company in the Southeast to back up our installations with a lifetime warranty. This means if something malfunctions years later due to our installation, the labor to resolve the issue will be covered. Our installers are experienced and well-trained in installing and servicing all types of garage door systems. It's what we do, all day, every day. We are the garage door experts. Contact us today for a free estimate.
And we return as still some assistance needed for Brendan Dometic. We'll just talk through this as the Wildcat sideline waiting to see the status of their quarterback, and just a tough scene as we aren't sure what happened other than just a big-time sack for the Blue Devils, and just not something you want to see for the Wildcats, or really just anyone in general. At this level of the sport, you hope no injury is serious. As we'll go ahead and go over some stats here. We didn't get much time during that whole half. Dometic stands up and is able to walk off on his own power. Not sure. Looks like he may be nursing his wrist a little bit. Maybe his ribs. It's a little bit hard to tell, but is able to walk off the field.
Yeah, we'll get some stats in for the Wildcats. We'll get to Lebanon later because they're about to kick the game off again. But Wildcat offense total of 109 yards, 30 of which passing, 79 rushing, 30 receiving yards, and just one turnover, which isn't good, but, you know, it's worse than 5, I guess.
Yeah, it's better than multiple as they're holding on to just one. It's their first of the season. Didn't turn it over last week, but now Gavin Mayfield in for Dometic. Mayfield under center as he puts Newell in motion. This one handed off to Harden. That one goes nowhere. 4th down and way too long.
It's hard to see all the way over there.
Just looks like they got him marked at the
6.
Yes. It's very hard to tell that far away.
Just a difficult, really, situation from a play calling standpoint there. As you lose your starting quarterback, you've got second string who, you know he's got to be prepared for this game, but it's always hard to get the same amount of reps for both guys, especially with the starters. And so it really limits what you can call, especially on such a long play. I mean, that was what, 4th and...
It was 3rd down and 20. And
I don't think it was 20, man.
I got it as 4th and 31 right now.
Yeah, it's got to be more. See, I will be the scoreboard.
I was going to say, I was staring at the scoreboard, and that's where I got my 20 figure from, but
Yeah, that scoreboard
The scoreboard hasn't been as accurate tonight
Yeah.
as we would hope. They've been a little slow at times on keeping things updated or updating them correctly.
I've noticed they've been generally rounding, by multiples of 5, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah,
25.
which, that's, you got to be accurate with the scoreboard of all things.
Hurtado will go back to punt, and number 2, Anthony Crowell back to receive. Grant Roundtree to snap, as no room for error for the Wildcats.
It's got to be a good punt to get Lebanon where you want him.
Snap to Hurtado. Hurtado gets the punt blocked, and that one into the end zone. Safety, Wilson Central. 16-3 now the score, and Lebanon has another shot to add more points as they'll get the ball back right then and there.
And that's just an unfortunate play right there. You gotta be able to get those to work.
I was worried. I saw him handling that ball for a little bit too long, and then all of a sudden Lebanon's right at his front door, and ended up being a safety.
So now 16-3, Lebanon will now get the ball and those 2 points. That is almost a worst case scenario. Well, not necessarily worst case scenario. You always could have had that blocked and recovered by Lebanon for a touchdown. Well, now that I think about it, if they did that, they wouldn't have got the ball back. So right now they get 2 points and the ball. So depending on how you look at it, it's either worst case scenario or second worst case scenario.
Well, depending on what happens on this drive, if they get a touchdown, we'll go ahead and say that's the number 1 worst case scenario. If they don't, we'll say it's number 2. Either way,
Bad situation.
not what we were looking for.
Very bad situation. As for Central, this is not the this is not the first half you were hoping for. Now, if you can get a stop here, it won't be as bad as it could be. It's a 16-3 game. That's still a 2 possession. There's still 2 possessions, but it could be worse.
So I guess Hurtado will kick it off from the 20 now. I'm not exactly sure how safeties work.
Yes,
I don't.
instead of that is, I believe, how it works in higher levels, except for it's a punt instead of a kickoff. Well, I guess you can elect to kick it off too, and that's what Wilson Central will do here. He'll have to kick it off from the 20 after the safety. So Hurtado kicks this one off, and that one will be up to the 20 where it's returned by Crowell. Crowell has space, and he'll break through down the sideline. 20, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, and that is the worst case scenario for the Wildcats that I was just talking about.
Yeah, it's not something that you can really give up there, especially in that situation, as we've got the replay of it, and we got it from maybe from the wrong angle, but that's all right. That's a play that you just can't give up right in that scenario, because that's just going to make things worse and worse for Central.
22-3, Anthony Crowell has been the killer for the Wildcats so far.
So I guess that did turn into number one worst case scenario.
Indeed it did.
Not what we're looking for tonight.
And it doesn't help to not know the status of your quarterback.
Yeah, that uncertainty is not helping anybody right now. Well, it's helping Lebanon, but nobody wants to see anybody injured in any football game.
No, never. I mean, that's just it's one of the it's like I said to Nick last night when we did a freshman football broadcast. Injuries are 100% the worst part of sports, as you hate to see anybody get hurt. We'll hope that he's all right, and it looks like they've really backed up. They backed up the kick here.
I'm almost wondering if they got Crowell with a taunting penalty, maybe of some sort, as that one is backed up to the 25. So now a 35-yard extra point. Snap, set, kick. That one high enough and no good. Too far left. And that'll make it, or rather keep it, 22-3, where we'll take a break. 1:28 left in this first half of play here on the Wilson Central Sports Network.
Hey friends, Scott Baker would like to thank you for supporting the Wilson Central High School Sports Information Department. Scott, a local realtor with Black Row Realty and Auction Services all across Middle Tennessee and surrounding areas. Scott has a degree in real estate finance and served as a mortgage broker before diving into his true passion, real estate. Whether you are interested in buying, selling, or just need some insight, give him a call or shoot him an email. In a real estate market this hot, remember to call Scott.
And now we return. 1:28 left in this first half. Wilson Central is struggling here as the worst case scenario happened. A safety and then a touchdown, back-to-back plays. Fortunately, it was only 8 points total, as it could have been 9, but still rather a large lead for the Blue Devils. 22-3, Wilson Central back to return.
Yeah, it was a series of unfortunate events there that all kind of came together and made things a lot worse than they were at the start. And really, it was allowing that kick return because Central's defense still had a chance to stop them there. The defense hasn't been that bad tonight. It's just that when Lebanon's taken the ball over, they've had some pretty good field position.
Marshall will return this, and he'll be out of the end zone, so touchback for Wilson Central. And it looks like we have some confirmation potentially on the quarterback status. Dometic ruled out for the rest of the game. So it will be Gavin Mayfield for the remainder of this first half and the rest of the second half.
I think in this first half, what you got to do here with the rest of it is just see what you can do to move the ball a little bit, hopefully maybe get a field goal in there, go to the locker room, come back second half, and go right at it. This is an offense that can run the ball well. They can run it well against almost anybody, and if you stick with that, you'll have a chance of success.
Pitch play to Kimes. Kimes finds the outside, some space, and picks up good yardage as very close to the first down marker. They'll put him at the 30. And they'll go ahead and move the chain, so a first down run for Kimes.
He found the hole, got through it, and picked up the first down. It's a good way to start this drive.
It was a very interesting play there as they already had Mayfield in shotgun formation. So we'll see if they can pull up some trickery here and get some maybe run-pass options going with Mayfield. 58 seconds and counting on the clock. Mayfield under center. He'll just hand this one off. Harden, some space but not much. Picks up a couple.
There's another little short run. 3 yards, 3, 4. I'm going to lean on 3.
Yep, looks like about 3 yards to me. Looks like the ball is right on the 33, starting at the 30. 3 yards for Tavin Harden, number 4.
25 seconds and counting on the clock. This potentially the last play of the half. They'll see if they can get anything here, and if not, it'll probably be it. Hand off to Newble, right side, has some space. He's still going down the sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 40, and they could get a couple more plays out of this one. 7 seconds on the clock. One more play, and you could potentially be in Esteban Hurtado range.
Still got 2 timeouts as well. You know, one of them's probably been called already, I'd say. At least I hope so. You see the replay here. Newble just shows off that elite speed and outruns the Lebanon defense.
Right now, you'd be looking at, say, 41-51, add 6, so 57-yarder for Hurtado. Not necessarily out of his range, but very much so hard to do.
Seems like a bit of a stretch.
A little bit, but
Yeah, not an easy field goal to make, but it's definitely not out of his range.
and it looks like go ahead and call a timeout here. Wilson Central will keep it here. 7 seconds on the clock, 22-3 your score. And just a nice play from Newell there to try and get Wilson Central into field goal territory and get some more points. They'll get the ball to start the second half, and they'll just have to see what Gavin Mayfield can do with the Wildcat offense.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you put together a few good plays here, and it's got them in position to maybe put up some more points before halftime, and that would be huge because you add on anything you can do to boost momentum right now, and anything you do to slightly quiet this crowd down just a little bit would be it'd be very important. But still waiting on him to be done from the huddle.
You want to discuss things properly because it's a big, big play here. You could either take a shot at the end zone and attempt to score a touchdown here, or you just take that kind of short play because you're maybe 10, 15, 20 yards from Esteban Hurtado's leg range. He has the ability to kick it from very far. It's just a matter of can he perform it in a game. We've definitely seen it in practice. As Newble in motion and ball on the ground. That was a very awkward play design. I just think it was a muffed snap. And that's that kind of rookie inexperience there. And the clock will just run out. Wilson Central won't attempt anything. We'll take it to halftime and come back with the coaches' show, or rather Wildcat All Access 20.
For 9. 7.5 yards per pass for Wilson Central compared to 16 for Lebanon. 117 rushing yards. This is where Wilson Central has Lebanon beat. 117 for Wilson Central compared to 79 for Lebanon.
His foot has just been on the line, and the referees are not letting him return it.
Yeah, it's a shame for Marshall. He's wanting to show off some of that speed and athleticism, but I guess if you're Central's offense right now, that's the smart, safe thing to take. Take the touchback and start off from your own 20.
Now Gavin Mayfield and the Wildcat offense out to start the second half. Newble in motion. This one, handoff up the middle to Harden. Tries to drag a defender and picks up 3.
Nice little short run. First down, you've put yourself in a spot where you just call another run, keep this ball moving.
Mayfield breaks the Wildcat huddle and gets them back to the line. Second down handoff to Newble. Still not able to find space here. Had that one breakaway run right before halftime, but Wilson Central wasn't able to capitalize on it. We'll see if he can find some space here in the second half, because they're really going to rely on his legs here.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna hope, if they're gonna come back in this one, they're gonna need a big performance out of Newble here in this second half. More importantly, they're really going to need Gavin Mayfield to be able to step in here. It's a tough spot to come into. There's no doubt about that, but it's the cards. It's the hand he's been dealt.
Mayfield goes under center. Tavin Harden in the backfield. 2 receivers out wide. Kimes in motion. He takes the handoff. Had some nice runs in the first half. Has some space there, but David Aluya not giving any more yardage there. Aluya has been really nice in the open field.
Yeah, he's made some big-time tackles. Not many people have been able to get past him. And Central's got a first down. I didn't realize he didn't pick it up, though. Was it a penalty?
No, I guess
I thought he was just short.
Yeah, I thought so too, but the referees have been a little generous on some spots. So they went ahead and just moved the chains for him and gave the Wildcats the benefit of the doubt. 2 minutes by in this third quarter of action. First down and 10 on the 30. Mayfield hands this one up the middle. Harden picks up a couple. Gets it down to about the 34.
And again, nice little run on first down. Pick up 4 yards. Make it 2nd and 6. Something manageable, something workable. That's all you can really do right here to start off, because you can't expect to score, to have a quick 2-play score drive. You're gonna have to take your time.
Newble in motion. Mayfield drops back to pass. Just fires it to Newble in the backfield, and that one, Newble's gonna have to make a lot of space. Has a lot of room on this left side. Attempts to shake a defender, but number 28. Connor Gannon does not let that happen. It looked like it was kind of a broken play. Mayfield dropped back to pass and found his only option in Newble, but Newble only had the chance to reverse the field. Looked like he had a lot of space, but great open field tackle by Connor Gannon.
No, yeah, that was one of those plays where, it ended up being a lot better than it should have, just because of Newble, but it was definitely a broken play.
Mayfield in the shotgun. Running back to his right hip. Mayfield drops back to pass, fires it off. Nobody there, and that will make it 4th down.
And it looks like they are gonna. Can't tell if they're gonna punt. Yep, out comes the.
Be very risky situation to not punt it away here, but at the same time, there's not much more to lose. It was a 7-minute, I'm very much off there. Almost a 4-minute drive and nothing to show for it. 4th down and 7 as Hurtado back to punt. Crowell back to receive. And they'll fake it here. And Kimes trying to fight. Not able to get anywhere. That will be a turnover on downs. nice design, just even better plate recognition by that Blue Devil special teams unit.
Yeah, just couldn't make that one work. I mean, it was I had a feeling it might be coming, but they just couldn't convert it there.
Needed to pick up 7, weren't able to get much, and that will give it right back to Jalen Abston and the Blue Devil offense. Abston fakes the handoff, fires it deep, wide open receiver, he's there, touchdown, Anthony Crowell, back-to-back touches, he's got a touchdown.
And for Central, just a complete breakdown in the secondaries. We've got the replay of it here. Abston on the play action, unloads deep. Crowell was wide open.
You could see that right there. Jason Newble thought Mario Marshall had him, but Marshall was on the other side of the field. Maybe it was just a safety breakdown, and not exactly sure what happened on the defensive side, but Newble thought he had some support behind him, but instead Crowell took it all the way to the end zone, or rather, didn't get it until he was in the end zone. What a perfect display of passing from Jalen Abston. Crowell is having a nice start to his senior season, as that extra point makes it 28-3. 29 rather.
Man, you cannot work with numbers today.
No, I'm struggling. 29-3, and 8:09 left in this third quarter of play, where we'll take it to break. You're watching Wildcat football on the Wilson Central Sports Network.
And She Did is your local headquarters for all your fan gear. Located in Glayville, Tennessee, And She Did has been providing fans with the best team gear for the past 5 years. They offer screen printing, commercial embroidery, and sublimation. From small orders to outfit your family for the big game, to large orders to accommodate the whole team or business. Providing excellent customer service, top-of-the-line products, and reliable delivery of goods is the heart of their business. Find them at andshedidmj.com or on their socials, andshedidmj.
29-3 your score. Lebanon goes and scores on their first play of the drive, and right now it's desperation time for the Wildcats. You've got to get what you can. And it's going to be a lot of experiment time, I'd say. You're definitely in the time where you got to figure out your game plan for next week. Just a lot of scoring to get back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've hit it right on the nail there. You've got nothing to lose here. You're down 4 possessions. I mean, again, there have been some crazy things to happen in high school football, but this is one that would take a lot. It'd take a lot of breaks to go their way in order to get back into this one.
The kickoff by Redmond. This one returnable for Marshall. Try and find some space. Attempts to break off both tacklers, but they bring him down, and he'll get it to the 21, where the Wildcats will take over.
Finally got to return one. They denied him that opportunity all night long. But gets out to just...
It looks like they may have marked it at the 22. Yep, they did place it at the 22.
So it's a net gain of 2 yards for Mario Marshall.
Mayfield under center, puts Marshall in motion, hands it off to Harden up the gut, and that'll pick him up a couple on the carry. Set up a second and manageable.
Able to get a nice gain there. You said 2nd and 5, but to me that's looking like 4.
I think it's on the 29, so that'll make it 2nd and 3, I believe.
Looks like the 28, maybe. So
I'm gonna say 28.
Yeah. And that one handoff to Harden. Harden will pick up yardage to the 30, maybe the 31. Not enough for a first down, as they'll mark it at the 30.
So he's short and gonna be probably gonna run it here. Question is, who do you run it with? That's something that the wing T offense can do very well, but here in the second quarter and third quarter of this ball game. Lebanon defense has really predicted it quite well.
Mayfield just tries to sneak it and no room, but they may have given it to him. That is a generous spot. Not sure that it was enough, however.
I don't think they're going to give it to him. I think they're going to mark him short.
Mayfield goes to the sideline and they'll go for it. And they may just try and attempt to draw him off sides here. It's either that or Coach Dedman pleading that it was a first down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, they're measuring it. I was going to say, very odd things, but yeah, they're just bringing the chains out, seeing if it was good for first down yardage. Ooh, it's very close, and it'll be a hard angle for us to tell. Looks like from that already, though, he's going to be short.
Yeah,
it looks like he's a couple of footballs short.
That shorter.
So it will be fourth down and short for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's not exactly what they wanted. It looks like they are still going to go for it.
So back-to-back drives that they'll go for it on fourth down unless it's just a hard snap count. But no reason to punt it back to Anthony Crowell, so might as well try and get the first, and if you don't, just put the Blue Devils back on offense. Hand off to Newbold, bounces around, no space there, and another turnover on downs. Lebanon takes back over on offense.
And Newbold down on the ground and hoping that he's not really hurt.
He's just laying down there, and you wish injury upon nobody on any level of any sport. And now the Wildcats are really in trouble if this is anything more than just a cramp. Newbold went down earlier today, and I guess we'll go ahead and take a quick break as they'll get things sorted out. 29-3 your score at Danny Watkins Stadium.
Access Garage Doors is leading the way for garage door and electric opener services and repairs in the Southeast. We believe your hard-earned money deserves more than the standard 1 or 2 year warranty. We are proud to say we're the first and only company in the Southeast to back up our installations with a lifetime warranty. This means if something malfunctions years later due to our installation, the labor to resolve the issue will be covered. Our installers are experienced and well-trained in installing and servicing all types of garage door systems. It's what we do, all day, every day. We are the garage door experts. Contact us today for a free estimate.
Hey friends, Scott Baker would like to thank you for supporting the Wilson Central High School Sports Information Department. Scott, a local realtor with Black Row Realty and Auction Services all across Middle Tennessee and surrounding areas. Scott has a degree in real estate finance and served as a mortgage broker before diving into his true passion, real estate. Whether you are interested in buying, selling, or just need some insight, give him a call or shoot him an email. In a real estate market this hot, remember to call Scott.
At Wilson Bank and Trust, supporting our local schools and student athletes has always been part of our community game plan. From personal loans to mortgage loans, our local lending experts are here to support you every step of the way. Let us help your family get your financial game plan together at any of our 28 Wilson Bank and Trust locations in Middle Tennessee or at wilsonbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Newbold able to hobble off on his own power as the Wildcats now head back out on defense. Last time they were out there, a little bit of a defensive breakdown. Jalen Abston just sent it over everybody's head and into the end zone to Crowell. As I don't know if we have a touchdown tally on him, but he has at least 2 tonight. Is that it?
I will check after this play.
As that one to Crowell, looking to add another. He breaks off a couple tackles, gets very close as that one down to the 10-yard line. Crowell just feasting on this Wildcat defense.
Once I can get a confirmation on where this ball is spotted, I will take a look at Crowell's stats for the night. We'll see.
Oh, I think they're going to move this one back. They're going to get a hold on Lebanon. So he'll gain some yards and lose some as well. So it'll be after the hold. Well, rather, it'll go to 1st and 12 after the hold. So he won't get any yards for that one.
Yeah, little penalty backed him up.
Receiver in motion. That's number 7, Ruben Brinkley, as he'll pick up a couple yards on the carry.
You gotta take what you can get. Defense covered that one very well. And Brinkley will sub out.
Abston will line back up in shotgun formation. 3 receivers out wide. Receiver running back to his right hip. Crowell in motion. This one handed off to Heath up the gut. Has some space. Picks up the first down and some more. That one will get them inside the 15. Abston sends a receiver in motion, fakes the pitch, rolls out to his right, fires to the end zone.
Touchdown.
Looks like he will be in. Touchdown, Lebanon. And this game has blown wide open, if it hadn't already.
That was Calandrius Crowell, if I saw it right.
Yeah, it was number 6 on the reception, so if they are related, the Crowell brothers are very much destroying the Wildcats right now.
Having a good night, having a very good night. The offensive game plan is coming together well.
The snap, set, kick through the uprights. Good. Lebanon takes a 36-3 lead over Wilson Central. 4:42 remaining in this third quarter of play here on the Wilson Central Sports Network.
At Wilson Bank and Trust, supporting our local schools and student athletes has always been part of our community game plan. From personal loans to mortgage loans, our local lending experts are here to support you every step of the way. Let us help your family get your financial game plan together at any of our 28 Wilson Bank and Trust locations in Middle Tennessee or at wilsonbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we return to Danny Watkins Stadium here at Clifton Tribble Field. Lebanon on top of Wilson Central, 36-3 after that touchdown reception by Calandrius Crowell. Just not looking good for the Wildcats right now, and there's not much more you can do except for maybe establish your offense. As you can see, our photographers on the screen talking to one of the team photographers. Well, I should rather refer to her as now Gavin Mayfield's mother down there taking pictures. Very helpful to the football team as well as our photographers down there. So very thankful for them sticking it out. Some pretty good weather out there, so I don't blame them for sticking out the weather. This one, another little pooch kick. Looks like a new returner, George Monachino, back to return. Has some space as he'll bounce this one to the right side using his speed, and he'll get it down to about the 35-yard line where the Wildcats will take back over on offense.
Good return from Monachino there. Showed off some good speed and gives a little momentum boost to this Wilson Central team.
Gavin Mayfield under center, running back in the backfield behind him. Tavin Harden as Monachino in motion, but this one handed off to Harden up the gut. No room for him to run there.
Nice little short gain.
Gain of 1 yard.
We've had to say short gain a lot tonight. As Lebanon's defense has covered up a lot of Central's chunk play designs. It's been a bit of a tough night.
Mayfield will go in shotgun formation here as he'll drop back to pass Monachino off his helmet. Fortunately, that one was not behind Monachino. Otherwise, it would have been classified a fumble. Wildcats just not able to get anything going. 3rd down and 9.
Mayfield in the huddle. It's going to be a long 3rd down for this offense. We'll have to see what they dial up here.
Times in motion. Handoff to Harden. Still no room. Lebanon all over the Wildcats. Fourth down and 9, and the punting unit will come out. Probably will not see a fake here, as the previous 2 4th down tries have come up unsuccessful. And that one fair caught by Crowell. That is probably the first time all night they've held him to no gain. 2 minutes and counting left in this 3rd quarter of play.
Where would you say he caught that ball, Trevor? About the 29? Looks like the
He
ball
caught it
spotted.
right where they marked it.
Yep. I see that now, right after I asked that.
The score bar is a little incorrect. Both teams have 3 timeouts. Or at least I have just noticed that.
And the clock's still running. 1:36 is...
I'm pretty sure that the game clock, the continuous game clock, does start just at 30 at any point. I don't think it's a 4th quarter. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think that may have changed. I'm not sure. Thankfully, haven't been in that position in a little while to have to figure that out. But right now, it seems like that is in effect, as the clock has not stopped running. This whole time, while situating where the ball was, there was a flag on the play, so that'll push Lebanon back even further. And it looks like Lebanon will give the reins to... Well, maybe not. I was going to say, nope, Abston is coming out. I saw Nolan Sandiford. Almost looked like he was going to line up at quarterback, but no. Now the offense will take the field. And Sandiford will take his place at wide receiver.
What was that penalty? I couldn't tell.
It pushed him back how many yards to the 15? So
I don't know. I mean, I didn't see anything.
Looked like that was, what, a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah,
so
what? I don't even know what that would be.
Yeah, it can't be a hold because that wouldn't be 15 yards. Maybe.
Could have been something after the play.
It could have been one of
Personal foul, maybe?
It's one of those.
A personal foul.
But didn't even see that there was a flag on the field until the offense started moving back.
Yeah.
Now they've stopped the clock, so just all sorts of things happening down on the field. It's hard to tell what's exactly happening. Well, the referee's talking down there to Coach Dedman, so
the clock is currently stopped at 15 seconds on the scoreboard.
We'll see.
Of course, if that's right or wrong, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really not
because
sure.
the clock was running and then randomly stopped, and then I was just, I'm a little confused myself.
I'm sure the scoreboard operators are just as confused. They're not sure what to do. Referees still talking down there to Coach Dedman, trying to get things sorted out. Is not sure what he's talking about either. Just something we got to wait and see ourselves. referees go and take their place back on the field. Coach Dedman will take his place back on the sideline and just try and finish out this game and see if they can keep themselves at the same health they are right now.
Yeah, you don't want to lose anybody else. You've lost a medic for the game, and what we've been told could potentially miss a lot more time during the season. You've already, you don't want to get Jace banged up. You really don't want to lose anyone else right now, as it looks like now the clock's going to run out, so there it is.
So 36-3 will be the end of the third quarter, and that's going to take us to the fourth. You're watching Wildcat football here on the Wilson Central Sports Network.
Looking for a pest control company? Then Crest Pest is the company for you. At Crest Pest, experience the professional difference. Our ACE certified entomologist can diagnose your pest concerns and build a custom management plan that fits your needs. Serving the Middle Tennessee area and all of Wilson County. Call them today at 615-601-6503. That's 615-601-6503. Crest Pest, Crest Pest, Crest Pest.
And we return fourth quarter action here at Lebanon High School. Both teams looking to finish out strong. Wilson Central trailing by a pretty margin, but, can't count anything out. But maybe the Wildcats might be counting themselves out. It's a very, very far deficit, and you've just got to push yourself through and maybe make it to the next one at this point, as next week starts region play for the Wildcats on the hill at Green Hill. Huge game next week. Crosstown rivalry this week.
It's been, you love to watch rivalries. This one hasn't gone the way Central really hoped for it to go, but some key injuries and some bad breaks have really derailed things for the Wildcats.
As that one will make it third down for Lebanon. Abston still in the ball game for the Blue Devils. Abston drops back to pass. Screen pass too high for his running back, as Sean Heath not able to corral that one. Fourth down, and the Wildcats should get the ball back here, bearing any fake punt opportunities, which honestly I would not put past Lebanon at this point.
Yeah, at this point, you can't really be sure what to expect.
Wilson Central already tried to do a fake punt, didn't work at all, but now Lebanon has the chance to do the same thing back to them, but it is fourth down and about 9.5. Cameron Nixon back to punt. And Mario Marshall back to receive. And it will be a punt for Nixon. Marshall will let it bounce as it takes a little bit of a friendly bounce for the Blue Devils, but the Wildcats still take over in Blue Devil territory. And the running clock still in effect. So 36-3 your score as Gavin Mayfield and the Wildcat offense come out for another opportunity.
Yeah, and we're late on the game. The clock is, we do have it on non-stop clock. And so right now, you've got to get your quarterback used to the offense, used to the speed. I think you do start to do what you were mentioning earlier with some experimental play calling. Just get them used to things.
Yeah, you got to get them accustomed. In case you do have to see him next week, is that one loses yardage, Monachino falls down after the catch.
lost about 4 yards, 4 or 5.
And a handoff to McKeithen as he gets it to the 50-yard line. Antoine McKeithen is a very shifty, fast running back, trying to get some minutes here, get some snaps in. Is a very promising running back for the Wildcats in the backfield, kind of buried behind the likes of Tavin Harden and Jason Newble, but still a very valid option in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, you just get him to where he's more comfortable playing at the varsity level and has a little bit more experience, and you'll be able to play him in and keep mixing things in, because that's something that a lot of offenses would love to do, to be able to just sub out running backs.
As Mario Marshall takes that one close to first down yardage, but he'll still be a few yards short.
Good run there by Marshall. He hit the hole at the right time, but that'll still bring us to a 4th and 4.
And the punting unit will come out. Hurtado will get set as trying to hurry things up as they got too many men on the field. Did they throw the flag? I hope so, because there were like 14 guys out there. I don't see a flag, but they still had 2 guys running to the sideline.
They're gonna let the Blue Devils get away with one there.
I mean, I guess at this point there is no reason to throw flags because you are so. But it's still. Oh, did I? No, maybe I'm just seeing things again. I'm having a very bad eyesight tonight. But yeah, it's just rough. 36-30, your score is. Not many things have gone right for much of anyone here.
No, it's been a tough game, and just gonna keep on ticking for Central. See if you can find some more positives out of this one. Try to make some plays when you can. If you're Lebanon, soak it in, enjoy it.
On a pitch play to Brinkley as he'll pick up good yardage there. Abston still in the game, so Lebanon kind of playing it a little risky. Abston starting quarterback with such a big lead, you'd almost think they turn to their backup, but it's one of those pride things. You want to take these rivalry wins and take them big, and that's what Lebanon's trying to do here.
Oh yeah, especially coming off of you can't blame these seniors, as this will be their first victory over the Wildcats,
and that one a huge run for Calandrius Crowell as he's still going. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Blue Devils.
Calandrius Crowell just breaking through.
Calandrius Crowell in for the score. That'll make it 42-3.
Like we were saying, it makes a lot of sense to try and get as many points as you can, soak it in. For these seniors, it'll be their first time beating the Wildcats. And it'll end Central's 3-year win streak.
Snap, set, kick. Through the uprights. That'll make it 43-3. 5:51 on the clock. As we will take a break, and when we return, more Wildcat football here on the Wilson Central Sports Network.
Looking for a pest control company? Then Crest Pest is the company for you. At Crest Pest, experience the professional difference. Our ACE certified entomologist can diagnose your pest concerns and build a custom management plan that fits your needs. Serving the Middle Tennessee area and all of Wilson County. Call them today at 615-601-6503. That's 615-601-6503. Crest Pest, Crest Pest, Crest Pest.
Clifton Tribble Field at Danny Watkins Stadium. 43-3 your score, 5:51 on the clock. My name is Trevor McGee. Ethan Markham joined alongside, as well as Parker Lockney on stats. As no reason to get stats now. We'll wait until the end of the game. Probably will be a quick post-game. Could wrap things up quickly here. I'm sure there's not too much to talk about because we'd probably spend a solid amount of time going over a Lebanon scoring drive if we did. They've had a couple of those.
They've had a good amount. They've had a good amount of them. Just waiting to receive the kick. Montesino's still back.
Mario Marshall and George Montecino back to receive that kick out of bounds, so that one will be a flag. And it'll set the Wildcats up with decent field positioning. 5:44 on the clock. They did stop it for that.
And still take it from the 40.
What would that penalty be called? I haven't gotten a chance to.
It's
Fair kick out of bounds, I think
Fair
is
kick
what
out
it's
of bounds.
called.
Is that an illegal
I'm not
kick
sure.
off?
I'm not sure what it would be called in the software.
Here, let me.
Yeah, here you go.
I'll find
hand the
this
iPad
one
off
on
to
you.
Ethan and let him figure this out.
If I can remember exactly which one this was.
As that one will lose plenty of yardage, not working there, as Mayfield dropped at the 30-yard line.
Oh, free.
Here we go. Free kick out of bounds.
That ain't it, but
Is it not? Here,
no, but we'll take it.
We can
Free
do
kick.
this before.
Free kick is a very weird. Very weird situation. You don't see a free kick very often. It's one of those weird little things in football. Kind of like a drop kick. You don't see it. You know what that is. You can technically drop it and kick it.
Well, I know what it is. I'm just
Didn't know. You gave me a look. I was like, man, don't tell me you don't know that.
30-yard line is where Mayfield and the offense is set up, and it looks like he dropped the snap there. Maybe. And the clock continues to run 43-3.
So, third and about 15, maybe 16. Yeah, I'm going to say third and 16. That looks... No, third and 15. Third and 15. Let's hear it. Where are we at? Third and 15 or third and 16? I'm thinking third and 15. Board says third and 15, but it's
I'll
been
just go with
wrong.
the board. I think that penalty we put in the iPad got it all messed up. The iPad says third and 20, but that's not right.
Mayfield takes that one
we
himself and
didn't
gets it
get-
to the 25.
Oh, wait, I know what it was.
So the clock now approaching 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and it's fourth down and long enough to punt the ball.
Definitely long enough.
New returner for Lebanon as they'll bring Nolan Sandifer back to return.
Clock's still ticking. We're at 3:10 now.
Wilson Central just milking as much clock as possible. I'm going to call a timeout there. We'll just keep things here as the final moments of this game approaching. Not anything went right for the Wildcats tonight. Started off with the opening drive touchdown for Lebanon before Wildcats drove down the field. Looked like they had a promising drive going, and then a costly fumble in the red zone gave it right back to Lebanon, and things just started going downhill after that. Was a 7-3 game at one point, and just a lot more points keep going on the board for Lebanon.
Well, with Central, a big issue ended up being the injury to Brendan Dometic, as it really restricted what they were able to call offensively. If you look back at that first quarter, and even parts of the second quarter, Central's offense played really well against this Lebanon defense. They were calling a lot of different plays, and everything was working, but it was the injury that just limited them too much, and Lebanon took full advantage of it.
As Sandifer can't get a hold of that one, and the Wildcats will get the ball back. So, bobbled by Sandifer on the attempting to catch it, And so Wilson Central takes over with good field positioning this time.
I never did see exactly who recovered it. Looks like it might have been Kimes, but didn't get a full.
I have a very
Get a full
interesting
view on it.
score update from two other Wilson County teams. Friendship Christian, MJCA. After the end of the first quarter, it's 46-0, Friendship Christian.
Wow.
Sorry, Jake Hood, for having to be over there at MJCA right now, but that is a score update I will be providing for two Wilson County schools. As that one, Mayfield drops back to pass, picked off, and Lebanon gets it right back. Number 9, Bryce Jedzik on the interception.
Yeah, I mean, read the play right, and Mayfield threw it right to him.
So that should be enough to just roll the clock out. Really don't have to do much more. A couple knee downs is all you're going to need, as finally Lebanon brings in a backup quarterback. That is Kason Kincaid, as he'll do the honors to knee the ball down. Victory formation.
Oh, they're actually running it.
They don't want to lose any yardage in this game. They're just going to take the positive gain on the play, and I think they'll have to run 2 more plays.
Did you get a view if you ran that ball, Trevor?
I believe it was 21, Andrew Hodge.
Okay.
As a receiver in motion, they'll run this one again. Number 18, Cameron Nixon. He'll pick up some yardage. I believe that was 18. And if that's the same number 18, then I believe that may be their punter that just ran that. Unless there's another number 18 I don't have down.
That reminds me a lot of Rolando McNeese.
That was what, Hunter's Lane
That was
last year?
Hunter's Lane, a man who played middle linebacker, quarterback, running back, receiver, kicker, and punter in one game. It was wonderful.
That sounds awesome.
And
It was gorgeous.
gonna drop back to pass there. Completed pass number 32, Josh Bass on the reception. Match good enough to run out the clock. Wilson Central drops to Lebanon, 43-3. Do we want to just keep it here, talk post game, and close things out, or take a break real quick?
We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and give a quick recap of this game.
All right, sounds good. Wilson Central falls week 2. Battle of I-40, 43-3. We'll be back with some post-game analysis here on the Wilson Central Sports Network.